Hi there, I'm Jim.
And I'm Claire.
Let's talk moving.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Welcome to Let's Talk Teaching, a podcast from the Center for Teaching, Learning, and Technology here at Illinois State University. I'm Jim G. Joining me once again, our director, Dr. Claire LaMonica. Hi, Claire.
Hi, Jim.
So, what are all these boxes doing around here?
We are tripping over boxes. We have
are.
boxes in every nook and cranny here.
It's
It's lovely.
I was walking through the building and I kept hearing the sound.
The sound of tape coming off the roll and going on to a box.
So
Yes.
obviously CTLT is moving. It shouldn't be a surprise to anyone who is a big fan of CTLT, because I presume by the time we release this episode, there will have been some mass email, and we're moving and we're excited.
We are excited. We are going to move from the ITDC, Instructional Technology and Development Center.
Yeah, it has always rolled trippingly off the tongue.
At 301 Main Street,
yeah.
right next door to Jimmy John's,
Yes.
which is how we've been describing ourselves for years. We're moving on to the quad. Well, not literally onto the quad. We're moving to Williams Hall,
Right.
which is located on the east side of the quad, just not too far south of Hovey Hall.
Yeah.
Was the original library for Illinois State University. I was
Mhm.
actually having breakfast with a friend this morning who told me that she remembered in her first year at Illinois State going to the library in Williams Hall to study with her friends 2 or 3 nights a week. And, somebody my age remembers when it was the library. And she's a little bit younger than I am. So anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful building.
Right.
It has suffered from deferred maintenance over the years.
Yes.
So that's too bad, but we're very excited.
It's happening rather quickly, but we've known that something was going to happen for a long time. So we've made preparations to make sure the disruption to faculty and our support we do to faculty will be minimized at least, right?
Yeah, it's talking quickly the way things happen quickly at the university, and that we talked about it for a year.
Yeah.
and now, and I assume that somebody, thought about it for a year before that. So anyway,
Right.
now it feels like it's happening quickly, but we have known it was on the horizon.
Sure. And should we mention where this may fall in a larger journey?
Well, yeah. So Williams Hall is a temporary destination for many units at the university. I think it's officially called a surge space. It's a place that they can put you while you don't have a space.
Yes. And when I originally heard that, I thought the person said surf space. And having grown up in a landlocked state for the most part, surfing's not really, it didn't grok.
No, it's a surge space. It's much nicer than I actually called it purgatory. I said it was where you go while you wait to find out where you're going next. But but anyway, our new permanent home in the next few years, very few years, I hope, will be Milner Library.
Right.
So that's really exciting.
And so that's something that I'm sure we'll talk about down the road. But in the meantime, we're looking at hopefully only having a few days, maybe a week, where our OpScan evaluation service is offline. We're really trying to get everything, unplug it, put it in a box, move it over there, getting it plugged in, because we know that there are services that we have that faculty rely on and ultimately students rely on.
Yeah, we're going to try to do this with as little disruption as possible. I think OpScan is probably going to be the most noticeable to people who use that service, because we are going to have to take OpScan really offline for probably a minimum of 3 days. It just depends on how fast we really can get the machines moved over and all connected to the new network and all that stuff. And so we're trying to make that happen, offer the least disruption of any time. And it would have been ideal if we could have done it over the summer, but that couldn't happen.
Sure.
For a lot of reasons.
Yeah. By the time you're listening to this, and we will link in the show notes, you mainly go to our homepage, ctlt.illinoisstate.edu, and you'll get the latest news on our move there. One other thing I want to talk about was the fact that there are other support services we offer that are, except for dropping by.
Right. So we will have a week probably where we won't be taking walk-ins.
Right.
Much. ReggieNet support will be uninterrupted.
Yes.
That will continue by phone and by email uninterrupted. We won't be doing walk-in instructional consultations or really very many instructional consultations at all. If it's a real emergency, let us know. We'll come to your place and talk to you.
Right.
Programming is going to be very, in this fall, programming will be hither and yon. We are, putting it in spaces all over campus, so you'll have to look kind of carefully.
And those are already scheduled, so we've
Right.
had a lot of support from partners around campus who
Yes.
have opened up their spaces to us, especially computer labs and whatnot. We may not have as many duplicate workshops on the more technical side of things, but I think I've already scheduled 60 workshops, so I'd say we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, 60 short courses and technology workshops and things. And there will be learning communities going on. There'll be reading groups going on. So most of the kinds of things we do during the school year will still be happening.
So to wrap it up, what do you want the faculty to get out of this? What is the advantage to our instructors and eventually to our students of this journey we're going to be taking that will ultimately end up in the library?
Most immediately, it's bringing us to the main body of campus, right on the quad, and then eventually in Milner Library, which if you've been over to the renovated Bone Student Center and seen the beautiful new entrances to the campus, that is becoming more and more of a gateway and a hub to our campus. So that's going to be a real advantage too. So I think there are a lot of advantages, and I just want to let everybody know that there will be some short-term disruptions. Right now we're all, it's one building and we're all on the same floor, and
that's right. We're going to be spread out a little bit.
We're going to be a little more spread out. We're
Yeah.
going to be spread out over a couple of floors in Williams.
Yeah. And more information on that. We're actually
Right.
still kind of placing things.
We don't know where we're going to be, but we're working on it. We know where we're going to be. We just don't know exactly who's going to be where and so on.
Exactly. We will have a front entrance, which is actually on the Stevenson Hall side of Williams Hall. But you're going to be able to get to us. You're going to be able to get to us either way. And so
we're going to have signage. There'll be a lot. So the thing that won't happen right away probably is the signage. So we may have to provide Sherpas for the first few weeks, but eventually there will be. There'll be significant signage for CTLT, and I actually had a meeting this morning with someone who directs another unit located in that building who was like, it would really help us out if we could all have better signage.
Right.
And I was like, hey, if we're creating signage, why not have signage for everybody? So it may be that Williams Hall is just easier to navigate all around.
Right. So I think the moral of the story is we're looking forward to moving. We realize this is ultimately our goal, in fact, is to have this be a much more of a disruption to our lives than to the faculties.
Right, absolutely.
And to instruction on campus. And I think that we're in good position to do that. So, Claire, I'll see you over in Williams Hall.
See you there.
And that's all the time we have for this bonus episode of Let's Talk Teaching. You can find out more about our podcast and, of course, about our move. Go to our website, ctlt.illinoisstate.edu. For Dr. Claire LaMonica, for all of my colleagues here at the Center for Teaching, Learning, and Technology, until we talk again, happy teaching.